Prince Harry is preparing to return to the UK. But according to explosive new reports, this isn't just another royal visit. Because behind palace walls, tensions are reportedly already building. And the reason? A private list of conditions tied directly to Meghan Markle. Conditions that insiders claim have frustrated senior royals, reopened old wounds, and sparked fears of yet another royal family showdown. Now people are asking one question. Is Harry trying to protect Meghan? Or is this about control, trust, and a royal family relationship that still hasn't healed? Because the deeper the story gets, the more complicated it becomes. Prince Harry is expected to return to the United Kingdom this July for two major events. The first involves preparations connected to the 2027 Invictus Games in Birmingham. The second is the annual Wellchild Awards, a charity event that has remained deeply personal to Harry for years. On the surface, it should be a positive homecoming. A chance to reconnect with causes he genuinely cares about. But according to multiple reports, the atmosphere behind the scenes is already tense. Because before Harry even arrives, there are reportedly demands. And nearly all of them center around Meghan Markle. Now officially, nothing has been confirmed publicly by Harry or Meghan themselves. But insiders claim the Duke of Sussex has been privately pushing for assurances from the royal family regarding how Meghan would be treated if she decides to attend. And that request alone is reportedly causing serious frustration inside the monarchy. According to reports, Harry's biggest concern is simple. He does not want Meghan walking into another hostile royal environment. Sources claim Harry feels previous visits to the UK left Meghan feeling heavily judged, scrutinized, and blamed before she even had the chance to speak. So this time, he reportedly wants guarantees. Respect. Protection. And a more welcoming atmosphere. One insider claimed Harry believes Meghan has often been unfairly painted as the villain in royal conflicts. And because of that, he allegedly wants reassurance that things will be different moving forward. Now emotionally, many people can understand why Harry feels protective. For years, he has publicly argued that Meghan became the target of intense criticism from both the media and parts of the institution itself. But according to palace insiders, some senior royals are not reacting positively to these reported requests. In fact, reports claim several members of the family are outraged. And the reason is surprisingly revealing. Because some reportedly feel the entire conversation has once again become centered around Meghan. Her comfort. Her treatment. Her conditions. And insiders claim that behind closed doors, there is growing frustration over the idea that Meghan should continue being handled with kid gloves. That phrase alone says a lot. Because it suggests there are still deep divisions within the family over how Harry and Meghan's departure, and everything that followed, is viewed internally. What makes this situation even more sensitive is timing. The royal family has spent years trying to stabilize its image after nonstop public drama. The Oprah interview. The Netflix documentary. Harry's memoir. Public accusations. Family tensions. Every chapter added more pressure. And now, just as things appeared calmer publicly, this new situation threatens to reopen old wounds all over again. According to reports, Prince William and Princess Catherine are especially frustrated by the situation. Queen Camilla's name has also reportedly been mentioned among those irritated behind the scenes. But King Charles appears to be taking a different approach. Sources claim the king is trying to avoid further conflict and desperately wants peace inside the family. And honestly, that may be the most difficult role of all. Because Charles now finds himself stuck between two impossible positions. Support Harry. And risk upsetting senior royals already exhausted by years of tension. Or distance himself from Harry. And deepen the fracture with his son even further. One insider reportedly described the situation perfectly. They claim Charles risks creating resentment inside the monarchy if it starts looking like he's treating Harry like a prodigal son. And that line reveals the real issue. This isn't just about Meghan attending an event. It's about trust. loyalty, and whether the family truly believes reconciliation is still possible. One detail people continue noticing is this. Meghan Markle has not returned to the UK since Queen Elizabeth II's funeral in 2022. That absence has become impossible to ignore. Before that, Harry and Meghan attended the Platinum Jubilee celebrations with Archie and Lilibet. But since then? Nothing. And according to Harry himself, one major reason is security. Ever since stepping back from royal duties in 2020, Harry lost automatic taxpayer-funded police protection in the UK. Since then, security has become one of the biggest battles of his post-royal life. Harry has repeatedly argued that he does not feel safe bringing Meghan and their children back to Britain under the current arrangements. And from his perspective, this isn't politics. It's personal. It's about protecting his family. But critics see it differently. Some argue Harry wants royal-level privileges without royal responsibilities. Others believe the ongoing legal battles over security have become symbolic of a deeper issue. Harry still struggling to fully separate himself from the institution he left behind. And honestly, that contradiction continues to follow him everywhere. Because even after stepping away from royal duties, Harry still speaks, acts, and operates in many ways like someone who believes he remains deeply connected to royal life. Then came another moment that reportedly intensified Harry's fears. According to reports, a masked man allegedly approached Prince Andrew near the Sandringham estate while Andrew was walking his dogs. The individual was later arrested. Now, regardless of public opinions about Andrew himself, the incident reportedly deeply affected Harry. Sources claim it reinforced his belief that royal security risks remain very real, even around royal properties. One insider reportedly said, "If someone can get that close near a royal estate, then nobody is truly protected anymore." And honestly, from Harry's perspective, that fear may feel completely justified. Because whether people agree with him or not, his concern about security has remained consistent for years. It's one of the few issues where his position has never really changed. But then came the comment that may explain this entire situation better than anything else. During a recent interview while visiting Ukraine, Harry was asked whether he still sees himself as a working royal after stepping away from official duties. And his answer immediately grabbed attention. Harry said no matter what happens, he will always be part of the royal family. That statement is huge. Because it reveals something many people have suspected for years. Harry may have stepped away from the institution, but emotionally, psychologically, and personally, he may never truly see himself as separate from it. He also insisted he still believes he's continuing the work he was born to do. Humanitarian work, public service, global advocacy. And in Harry's mind, that mission clearly continues, regardless of titles or official palace roles. But here's where things become complicated. Because to critics inside the monarchy, that mindset creates confusion. If Harry still sees himself as royal, then why continue publicly criticizing the institution? Why maintain distance while still demanding involvement? Why reject parts of the system while still expecting access to others? That contradiction may be exactly why tensions never fully disappear. At its core, this story isn't really about one UK visit. It's about something much bigger. Can Prince Harry ever truly rebuild trust with the royal family? Because every interaction now feels loaded with history. Every visit becomes a headline. Every conversation becomes speculation. And Meghan remains at the center of nearly all of it. To Harry, protecting Meghan may feel like protecting his family. To critics, it may look like reopening drama the monarchy is desperately trying to move beyond. And somewhere in the middle sits King Charles, trying to hold together a family that still appears deeply fractured beneath the surface. Right now, one thing is clear. Prince Harry's relationship with the royal family remains incredibly complicated. He says he still considers himself royal. He still returns for important causes. He still wants connection. but trust inside the monarchy may be harder to rebuild than ever before. And if Meghan does return to the UK alongside him, every single moment will be watched closely. The body language, the interactions, the tension. Because this is no longer just a family disagreement. It's become one of the most closely watched royal stories in the world. And the next chapter may be even more explosive than the last. So now the question is yours. Do you think Harry is right to demand protection and respect for Meghan before returning to the UK? Or do you think the royal family has already done enough? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal stories hiding beneath the headlines.